Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we are going to disassemble this Ronson Queen Anne table lighter so that we can demonstrate how to put it back together. I got a comment on another video by Mark Weinstein. He asked if I could do a video on how to reinstall the upper portion of the Queen Anne lighter. He took it apart, sent out for parts, and I can't remember how to get it back together. So that's what we're going to endeavor to accomplish today. You want to start by removing the flint spring screw. So that you don't have flint come flying out the top when you remove your mechanism. So now that we've got that out of the way, go ahead and remove the back of the fulcrum screw. Now I get questions all the time about removing these fulcrum screws, and people want to know what I do when I put the screwdriver on there and it just turns. And it happens all the time that you go to loosen it, and when you turn this side, the back side turns too. Now that's not happening with this one, but it happens all the time. In that case, you're going to need to get a screwdriver on both sides. The back side turns and you got to stop it from turning. So that can be hard with a pocket lighter that doesn't really have a solid base to sit there, and you're trying to get your screwdriver and you're trying to hold the lighter and all that. Not so difficult on a table lighter like this, and not even an issue. I just mention it because I get that question all the time. If the other side turns, get a screwdriver on it. With the back side of the fulcrum screw, go ahead and hold tension here on the bar. Pull the fulcrum screw out. That will all come up and out of between the posts. There we have our thumb lever and spring installed, and no reason to mess with that part of it. We might clean it up a little bit. And then we have our snuffer with the gears on each side. The file wheel and the clutch spring. And this all looks like it can use to be cleaned up a little bit. So I will give it a quick soak in some alcohol, and then we'll get it put back together. Sometimes you'll encounter a mechanism, and this one it's hard to tell. Those gears I think will push out of there. Sometimes they are integrated into the snuffer. There are also times where you will encounter a clutch spring that, rather than being a separate piece that fits into the mechanism, it'll be integrated into the upper snuffer housing there. Anyway, we'll get all this cleaned up. Flint spring there is obviously, or flint tube I mean, is obviously clear. No problem sliding that spring right down it, so we don't have to worry about clearing the flint tube. We'll go ahead and get these parts cleaned up with a little bit of alcohol and get it put back together. If you enjoy watching repair videos about old petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video that you're watching. Tell your friends about the channel. Hit the share button. Send that link off in a text, email, post it on social media, however it is that you communicate with folks nowadays, and let them get a look at it for themselves. You can leave any comments or questions below the video. Go ahead and brush off this file wheel if I can find my brush. We would also appreciate it if you would follow and like us across all the social media platforms. That'll be Dependable Flame or DependableFlame.com on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and of course eBay. Just going to get all these wiped off here real quick. I have ideas of using this lighter, so while I'm doing this for demonstration purposes, I might as well clean it up well enough to go ahead and be able to use it. Yeah, and those gears, they're not integrated, they're just tightly fit. So I still have one little screw, the back of the fulcrum screw here. Get that cleaned off. So then you're going to take your file wheel and your clutch spring, in this manner with the cutout to the right, and they go up into the snuffer assembly. Have your fulcrum screw ready. Hold everything sideways to keep it from falling out. Make sure you have it timed properly with the gears, and then slide it down between the posts. Get your fulcrum screw in place. And then get the back of the fulcrum screw. Make sure you go to eBay and check out the DependableFlame.com eBay store. We have 3 penny start auctions every month where 100% of the proceeds of those auctions will benefit HDSA, Huntington's Disease Society of America. You get the lighter, or the high bidder gets the lighter. Charity gets all the money. Everybody's happy. Also, any purchase you make from our eBay store, at least 10% of that will benefit HDSA. Every purchase benefits that charity. So we've got everything back in place as when we started. Get your flint down the tube, flint spring, there we go, back to sparking. This is the same mechanism as the Ronson Adonis and the Ronson Crown, and I don't know, maybe some others as well. Until next time.